What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about it's two books that I read. One is called 3 Feet from Gold. The other one is called Acres of Diamonds. And those two books, they have some very important lessons that it took me a long time to really understand the message behind the books. So a lot of times in life we miss out on a lot of stuff because we don't know how to pivot. We don't know when to pivot. So a lot of times, like in the Bible, it talks about the writing on the wall. A lot of times we be in situations where instinctively we know that the end is near. We closer to the end than the beginning. And in business, that's very important because it's all about self-preservation. It's all about you got to be able to take that bag and put it in something else. So the first book is called 3 Feet from Gold. Long story short, the book was about this guy, the main character. He was digging for gold, and he eventually he gave up. He sold the little plot of land that he had, and the person that ended up buying the land ended up finding the gold. Well, that's pretty much the moral of the story. Sometimes you just don't really know how close you are to the big bang, And I always, compare that to when we boil in water. So we know water boiling is 212 degrees. Well, at 211 degrees, it ain't gonna do nothing. At 210 degrees, it ain't gonna do nothing. 211 and a half degrees, it ain't gonna do nothing. Then all of a sudden at 212, that's when the magic happened. So you just gotta, it's all about just getting dialed into that exact, and once you hit that spot, it's up. So the other book is called Acres of Diamonds. And the main character in the book, somewhere along the lines, he heard or somebody told him or he read somewhere that if you find two mountains with a river running between it, then you can find diamonds. So he left his family, left his kids, left his farm behind, and went to go find these certain geographical locations where it had two mountains and a river running between it. So long story short, he found the mountains and the rivers, but he never found the diamonds. Well, after he never showed back up at home, of course, the wife had to sell the farm to be able to take care of the kids. Well, the person that bought the farm, they found diamonds on the farm. So he done went all around the world looking for something, and it was right in his backyard. And that's something that I had to consistently remind myself of over the years. Is a lot of time you be looking for something, you already got it. A lot of time you're looking for this great idea, you already got it. A lot of times you're looking for this certain type of person, and you already got them. You know what I'm saying? So that was the main thing in the Acres of Diamonds book. But while we on the topic of talking about gold and diamonds and stuff, one thing they do when they digging for gold, they mine in a zigzag pattern, right? So they zig this way, boom, they hit gold. They zag back the other way, boom, hit gold. They're like, hold on, they zigzag back the other way, boom. So now they notice like we keep hitting gold at this certain, so that's a vein. They found a vein of gold. Gold ain't not like it ain't out spread out all random. You know what I'm saying? Gold is usually you find a one big vein of gold. So they zigging and they zagging and they trying to see, okay, boom, we hit it right there. We hit it right there. Let's adjust a little bit. It goes back to pivoting. So I get the whole thing about the 3 feet from gold, and sometimes you never know how close you are, but it goes back to the writing on the wall. You got to know when to pivot. You got to know how to pivot. Another good and thing is you have to be able to keep up. You got to keep your finger on the pulse of your audience. So if you post this certain kind of video or you write this certain kind of book and it don't get a good response from the audience, then maybe you need to try something else, because a lot of times, well, I learned on that movie Joe Dirt when he met the Indian dude with the firecracker stand. The Joe Dirt told him. So Joe Dirt asked him. He said, "Why you only sell the sparkles or whatever he was selling?" He said, "That's because that's what I like." Joe Dirt told him, "It's not what you like; it's the consumer." And even though it was a funny, like comedy, jokey movie, that was deep. Like, if I'm writing books, I might like writing these certain kind of books. But if my consumers, if they like when I don't color inside of the lines and I write in stories and da 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 da, then I need to keep writing like that. It ain't about what I like when you making money. It ain't about what you like, it's the consumer. So in business, pivoting, finding the vein of success, following, seeing the writing on the wall and following the breadcrumbs. Like, you got to be able to figure out, okay, well, if I did this and this and this, I've been doing this, I ain't really getting nowhere with that. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. You remember when the whole the woke movement, when everybody was woke and everybody was, if you wasn't woke, you was a sheep, and kind of like they treated you like you was a muggle. Like, how Harry Potter, if you wasn't a wizard, you was a muggle. So back in like 2014, 15, 16, when what was that series of movies? I can't think of the name of the movies. Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors was out. You had David Banner doing his thing, Dr. Umar. It was this whole, 21 Keys, I think his name was. So it was this whole like woke thing, right? Well, the problem with that is, unless you was monetary, you was gonna have a lot of, people was following, they had a lot of followers, they had a big fan base, but the thing about it is, how do you monetize that fan base? How do you monetize those followers? How do you turn those subscribers into dollar signs? Maybe you write a book, so it's like that journey to me. I'm pretty sure some people got a bag out of it. David Banner had the God Box album, all that. But to me, it wasn't to me, it was a fruitless journey. Like, okay, I'm going to go on this journey of being woke and being conscious and being smart and knowing all this stuff about how Egypt is in Africa, but it ain't making me no money. So it was a fruitless journey for me. So guess what I did? I pivoted. Let me get back into these nursing books, because this was going to make me some money. Because I know every day I go and I swipe that badge like this, I'm going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you got to know when to pivot. You got to follow the breadcrumbs. If it ain't no bread down there, you need to be fine. You need to be figuring out where the bread is. And acres of diamonds. Remember, a lot of times you're looking for something and it be you already got it. It be right there in your backyard. 3 feet from gold. You just really never know how close you is until to that big bang. Gold is. I think the story is made up in the book. I think it's more of a metaphor. Gold for you might be, gold for me might be this big apartment complex. Gold for somebody, everybody's goal gonna be different. Everybody's boiling point gonna be different. Remember, we talked about the water. 212 degrees is magic. 211 and a half, nothing. 211 and 3/4, nothing. 212 degrees, boom, kaboom. So that's what it's all about, man. That's it for this video, and I'll see y'all next time.